Good evening, fellow treble winners. Manchester City are back in action tomorrow night against Sheffield United. Tomorrow afternoon even, with a chance to make it 3 out of 3 in the Premier League. 3 out of 3, why does that sound familiar? What 3 out of 3? Why is that ringing a bell? Oh yes, because we won the treble. Man City won the treble, of course we did. Never going to get bored of saying that. That's what champions do. Do you know what champions also do? They beat Fulham at home with 10 men. Last minute, 2-1. Do you know what losers do? They drop points against Fulham at home against 10 men. That's what losers do. I couldn't resist. I absolutely couldn't resist. Yeah, if you're watching now, you've just found out Arsenal dropped some points against Fulham, which is absolutely satisfying. Very, very satisfying stuff. It's weird that it feels big as early on in the season, but it does, and it is. It is big. We can't deny that our rivals dropping points is always going to be nice, especially given that the pressure is all on them. They got to feel the burn. They got to feel the pressure. And hopefully we will add a little bit more tomorrow. Guys, this is, of course, the match preview tomorrow. Enough about them. Enough about the Gooners. Enough about them. Let's focus on Manchester City tomorrow. Of course, if you are new to this channel, want to help support it, please do hit that like button. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. I'm on the road to 70k. It is absolutely appreciated at the moment, so please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and of course I've got a billion and tons of content out on the channel right now. I've got so many things to watch, as I'll show you over here. Oops, wrong screen. There we go. That's from the DOKU video, which of course that little sneak peek then was from that video why City have signed Jeremy Doku. He's such a special talent. And of course as well, I did a video I did a video yesterday with the opposition preview. So if you want to see the Sheffield United view, you can go and catch that as well. There is loads and loads and loads to talk about on the channel. This is also sponsored as well, by the way. The channel is currently sponsored by the wonderful people over at Circle. And if you don't know what it is, it's sort of like a sweepstake where you put a little bit of money in and you could win big time. The maximum jackpot in the 5-match millions, well, the clue's sort of in the title there. You can win £1 million. £1 million. You can £2 to enter. You pick 5 numbers across 5 games, and if your numbers come up, you can win an absolute load of money. It's wonderful stuff. You can win £1 million. That's all you got to do. Get involved if you want to. And there's also the classic shifter as well. The shifter works where you pick your number, you enter the pot, and there's loads of other people in the pot, and you need to be at the top of the pot when the game ends. It's like when you pass the pint around at a pub, and if you every time a goal happens or whatever, if you're holding the pot at the end, a bit like pass the parcel, you win the money, you win the prize. In this instance, you're in a circle. See where the name comes from, and it moves around depending on actions in the game, be it a goal, throwing, whatever. So you can check on your phone, you can get your mates involved too, and if you're in the pot, you can win about 300 quid at the end of the game. It's good fun. Click the link in the description below. It'll take you to the app, and don't forget you've got to be UK based and 18 plus to enter. Give it a go, and fingers crossed you find it a little bit of fun. Hope you enjoy it. Of course, I'll be paying attention tomorrow during the watch along to the classic shifter. 5-match millions, get involved now if you want to win a little bit of money. Fingers crossed you guys can get involved. But anyway, let's look at this game tomorrow. It's going to be a fascinating game of football. I can't wait for it, man. Newly promoted Sheffield United. We're off the back of a very good run of games right now. Of course, the Community Shield game feels like a long time ago already. But more than that, since then, we've won quite convincingly against Burnley. We had the Super Cup win, which was only a penalties, but we'll take it. But then really impressively last week against Newcastle. That was a really powerful performance by the champions, by the treble winners at home to Newcastle. Restricting them to just one shot on target. Despite injuries, City were powerful. We were strong. We were focused. We were good. And that, to me, was really impressive. And it's set me up nicely for the season. When we're already seeing Chelsea and Liverpool look so shaky, and United too, and Arsenal dropping points today, could it be that this could be a four-peat? Could it be that this City side is the only serious side? Well, I'll tell you what would scare people. A Man City win tomorrow. Hopefully convincingly, would definitely put the heebie-jeebies up some people in this Premier League. And I feel like City are the best team. Thank you so much to Chris, by the way, in the chat. It says smashing it lately, Steve. Honestly, I'm glad you're enjoying the content, by the way. As you probably noticed right now, I have been putting a lot of effort into the channel currently because I've been in a haze for a few months with a baby and so on. But right now, I feel like myself again. I am trying to get loads of guests, loads of different strands and so on. So once again, I'll repeat, if you're enjoying the content, like the video, support a City fan, a lifelong City fan, and subscribe to the channel at the same time. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be interesting. Of course, the narrative is Jeremy Doku, man. This new superstar signing, does he start? Does he get involved tomorrow? I think he does. First of all, you know the drill by now. Before we get to the team, before we talk about Sheffield United, let's go to the press conference quotes from Juanma Lillo. Lillo, of course, is taking charge. If you don't know what's going on, the boss, the new boss, well, the temporary boss, the boss on loan is Juanma Lillo tomorrow. The man who returned in the summer, of course, one of Pep's trusted ADs, one of the trusted inner circle there. Circle, very convincing, very convenient in the inner circle. He's in tomorrow because Guardiola's out for a couple of weeks, a couple of games because he's got an injured back. He had an operation and he's recovering right now. Lillo, of course, was first asked about Jeremy Doku. He said, every time a new player arrives, we think they're going to bring something and help the team globally. It's not about him and placing responsibility on him. Of course, it's true. It's not about him, but we do feel as a club, like Lillo says, that he's going to help the team globally. He talked about Guardiola. He said Guardiola is going to be involved in everything. The contact is continuous, telephone, video call, everything. What do everything means? Is he getting telephone messages? Is he getting old school fax? He's getting fax through saying check these tactics out. Is he getting carrier pigeons to send memos over? It's signed, sealed, next day delivery notes. God, imagine Pep on your WhatsApp groups. God, I bet it's a lot, you know. Pep just constantly WhatsApps you at 4 a.m. God knows, man. God knows. Either way, he's going to be there. If he's not there spiritually, he'll be there mentally. No, he's not physically. He'll be there spiritually anyway. He said the contact is continuous. He's watching Sheffield United right now. What's important is his health. It doesn't keep him from being who he is. He's fully focused on the match. He's telling us the surgery's been successful. His recovery has to take necessary time. He feels fine. I'm happy to see him going correctly. Good, man. Put your feet up, Pep, man. Juanma's got it. Juanma Lillo's got it. Put your feet up. Watch us win. And we'll be absolutely... We'll be fine. We will be fine. We will be. Of course, Bernardo is back tomorrow. Juanma had this to say about him. He said he's the kind of player who, in order to look at his importance, you have to look at his past. His importance is played to see. Succinct and brilliantly put there. Some players, you know their importance by looking at the past. Bernardo Silva is quite simply one of the best in what he does in the world. One of the best in what he does in the history of Manchester City Football Club. It really is that level of good. Bernardo Silva back tomorrow. My opinion, he's going to start. Is wonderful news. He also ducked a question about Calvin Phillips. Probably fairly so as well. Your man Sam Lee there asking questions in impeccable Spanish. Lovely stuff. He also talked about Pep. Pep is here. It's best for everyone. He directs sessions. There's focus. The other coaches, plenty of staff, have been here for a while. And he also did confirm that Bernardo is trained and he's good to go. He talked about Doku a little bit more. He said, that's the good thing this team has. The idea to bring players who are better. This team will grow and he'll improve us. This team is at a good level. He's a great player and you've seen him. He has specific qualities and he can help. He also said that he's ready to play. He said... I said that because he's been the last one to arrive. He gathers all the focus. He's been playing in the French league, so he's fine. He's doing well. And whether Pep will watch the game and influence tactics, of course, Pep is always there. I love that, man. Pep is always there. And as Juanma sees that old man, mate, I feel you, mate. I feel him. 20 years older than me, Juanma. He could be my dad, couldn't he, Juanma, you know? He's an old man. Anyway, what else did he say? He talked about how much he loves Pep, don't we all, mate? But he's leading the team talk. Pep's not involved. No FaceTime Pep. But that's sensible, man. Who doesn't switch off to a FaceTime call? None of that stuff. Juanma's got it. And his team talks. There's still a few training sessions. Sometimes it's about the feeling you have regards to the rival. Pep has been doing work. And we'll talk about it. Whatever you say, that's what will happen. Yep. Absolutely no qualms there that he... the hell does that mean, by the way? I'm an old man. We feel it, mate. We all feel it. No qualms whatsoever about that. It's all good stuff, man. It's all good stuff. Nunes stuff, we'll see Nunes stuff clear up. Gary Neal talked about Nunes, by the way. He said if City come calling, must be the football going to be interested in that. But Mateus understands the context situation. He understands the club stance. He's part of the group until he isn't. We will see how that goes, won't we? Doku's been very excited as well, But anyway, let's go away from that. Let's go away from all that talk from the press conference. As you can see, Juanma was very bullish, very experienced, very mature. He's sort of what you'd expect from a man of his quality, He clearly is. He's long in the tooth with this. He really is. He's got an awful lot of experience. He knows what he's doing. And you can see why Pep leans on him. Everyone needs a sort of father figure in football. In football, they do. And it's mad because, as experienced as Pep is, there isn't a single person in the world who doesn't defer to age. It's just true about anyone. you instinctively look up to people who are older than you. You can't help but do it. You just do it. And Pep was once trained by João Marlilo, I think a long time ago. So, of course, Pep has this natural respect and, love for João Marlilo. So, of course, Pep trusts him implicitly. And, of course, it's a good thing that he's back. And he seems like a very likeable, very smart man. But let's talk a little bit about our rivals for tomorrow, Sheffield United. Now, of course, I did actually do an opposition preview yesterday. Go and open this video on the channel here where I talked from Nick from the Sheffield United way. 27 minutes of a lovely Sheffield United chat there, and he was very honest about Sheffield United and where they've been so far this season. He talked about the losses that they've had, not just on the pitch, in the stands as well. Not on the pitch, sorry, wait, on the pitch, and from the squad as well. Like, they've lost their Sander Berg to Burnley, and Ndiaye, who's one of their best players, the Gabriel Jesus lookalike. Nick was very honest. He said that Ndiaye is basically probably the best player that he's seen. He's seen in a Sheffield United shirt, which was crazy. But he's gone to Marseille to play, for the team that he loves, which is fair enough, man. It hasn't been a good start for Sheffield United. They've lost to Crystal Palace. They got sort of battered as well, to be fair to them. It was not, I say to be fair, unfortunately to them, they got sort of battered. And Nick did admit that. Though he did say at the same time they had a lot of injuries and they hadn't really signed a lot of players at that point. It was nowhere near their starting lineup. Palace could have battered them that day, right, 3 or 4-0. They were better against Forest, but they did lose 2-1. No, their new man, Gus Hamer, signed from Coventry City, was involved. He did score, a nice goal apparently. They've got some good players, Sheffield United, but of course, they've lost a couple actually from last season, from Manchester City players. So it wasn't just Sander Berg and Ndiaye. They also lost James McAtee and Tommy Doyle. And Nick was saying now, Doyle and McAtee, they both sort of grew into the side last season with a little bit of time. McAtee particularly was massive for them in the running with a lot of crucial goals. And Doyle was just, big set pieces, big contribution towards the end. And he would have taken either of them back. There are some rumours that they could maybe get McAtee back on loan, potentially. But they are a team. We've made some signings: Vinny Souza, Benny Traore, and Hamer. He said Benny Traore, for example, is very skillful, but very slight. He's got a lot to improve. Hamer took to like a duck to water, and Souza said he looks like a good player, but he was very realistic and said it is a relegation battle potentially for them. You can see how they play there, sort of, three at the back, probably wing back. And he said they are going to sit deep. They are going to be defensive, and it is going to be a bit of a long haul tomorrow. He's expecting it's going to be. It isn't going to be easy. But that's life when you play Manchester City Football Club. Guys, please do me a massive favour, by the way. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button. It would be hugely appreciated. Let's get the likes up on this video. So, the team. Let's work it out. Of course, Bernardo Silva is back. Jeremy Doku is available. Stones is not. Diaz is. Is that everyone? Look, Eddie's going to start. Ederson is going to be in goal. I think Vardiol starts again. Let me just remind myself of the lineup from the other day. Let me just go and bring it back over here. Let me remind myself of the Newcastle game the other day where we were very impressive. Here's the team from the other day. Wrong screen again. Here's the team from the other day. Akanji, Diaz, Vardiol, Kyle Walker, Rodri Kovacic, Foden, Alvarez, Grealish, Erling Haaland, of course, Ederson in goal. On the bench, we had Calvin Phillips, Ake, Ortega, Gomez, Peroni. He's gone now. Oscar Bob, Cole Palmer, Rico Lewis, and James McAtee there, the Salford Silver. So let's go over to the team. I reckon it's going to be very similar to the other day. I think it will be. In fact, I think it'll be the same. I think it'll be Diaz, Akanji, whether we want it to be or not. I don't think Ake will play, and I can see Kyle Walker there as captain. I think we'll see. I mean, I'm struggling to see much of a change lineup. I think it's going to be Kovacic again, but he'll be sort of alongside Rodri. I do think Foden will get a free rein. I think Bernardo will play on the right, and I think Haaland will come in. This is insanely cruel to Alvarez, admittedly. Though it could be that Alvarez actually gets the nod because he deserves it, It could be that Alvarez gets the nod. Do we reckon Alvarez is going to... Don't worry, daily life. I don't have the wrong screen. I'm not stupid. That's for the laptop, not the work computer. I don't see I don't know. Maybe Bernardo. I think Bernardo's going to start. He's Bernardo Silva, man. It's really harsh on Alvarez because Alvarez definitely deserves to play, but I can't see Bernardo not starting. He's Bernardo Silva, and I think if I was João Marlilo, I would absolutely go safe. I would go safe with this. I'd want to make sure that without Guardiola being there, that we won. And Haaland's going to always start because he's Erling Haaland. It's very harsh, but I think this is what we're going to see. In terms of the subs as well, do I have the text from the other day with the subs? I had a little text thing the other day. What have I done with it? There we go. That means let's work out what the subs would be. So, who's available? You have to go through the subs together. Let's go through the subs together, I'll put them on the pitch here. We'll have Ortega, Who are the subs? We'll have Ortega. Rico Lewis will be available. I am going to refer to the chat here so you can remind me who's available, Is Ake available? I think Ake is available, isn't he? We will have Alvarez, Palmer, Doku, of course. Who else? Who else is available? It's really hard to think. My head's gone. Someone remind me. Cole Palmer, I've already got him. Oscar Bob will be there. McAtee will be there. Stones ain't available. He's out injured, isn't he? Is that it? That's all I can think of. Calvin Phillips. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Calvin. So that is... How many is that there? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9, isn't it? Is that 9? I thought about Calvin Phillips. That's going to be the bench, I reckon. You can't drop Alvarez, Daniel, but you can drop Alvarez at the same time for Bernardo Silva. I know it's harsh, but that's life, man. I think that's going to be the bench, isn't it? It'll be something like that there. Yeah, I'll put him in the top corner there, so he's a little bit... Yeah, it'll be like that, I reckon, the bench. So the options... I forgot Calvin Phillips. I feel so bad, man. The options actually aren't that bad on the bench. I'll rearrange them for, positions. Let me rearrange them for positions. There's not a million miles away from positions anyway. Phillips after... There we go. Then we'll have... they're not that far away from positions, are they, really? Alvarez here instead. It is... There is some good players there. When you think of the ones that will probably come on, I'll put a list next to the ones I think will come on. I can see Ake coming on at some point. How do I put a tick? I don't know how to do a tick. Let me find out the tick symbol. Tick symbol, Can I do that? Let me see if I can do that. Hang on. Ake, no, it doesn't work. I think Ake will come on. Cole Palmer might. I know John Mar likes him. Doku might. And Alvarez might, I reckon. I don't think Phillips is going to come on. Maybe Rico as well. I think Doku's going to make his debut for what it's worth. I think he will do. I can't really see... Oh, Gomez. Gomez as well. God, I forgot about him. That I would say Oscar Bob sits on the bench there, loses his spot. It'll be Gomez instead of Bob. I reckon it'll be Gomez instead of Bob, and he'll be here. Gomez is definitely ahead of Bob. Gosh, it's a very forgettable bench these days. I feel a lot of these players are particularly forgettable, and I feel a bit bad about that. But that's the bench, I reckon. Ortega, Lewis, Ake, Gomez, Phillips, Palmer, Doku, McAtee, and Alvarez. Yeah, the bench would be good if we sound Nunes as well. I actually agree with that. But it's going to be something like that, I reckon. I think we will see eventually Doku come on. I think you'll get a chance. I can't see. I wish I could be really nice about Calvin Phillips, but I can't see him getting on the pitch. It's just nothing to do with me, of course. It's not my view on this. I think he actually should have got some run outs potentially, but I reckon it'll be something like this tomorrow, and it's more than enough for what it's worth. And it's more than enough, obviously, when we're attacking with the ball, I think it'll be something like this. Let me just move the subs for now. It's going to be something like this when we're attacking with the ball. Kanji sort of was like this left side, wasn't he? And Kovacic got forward a bit. Foden sort of drifted central. Bernardo, it'll be like Walker up here like last time. It'll be like this sort of. Which is a bit weird, but this is the sort of shape as we're attacking. I want to see Foden. I prefer Foden over here, though. That's the only thing. But it'll be Bernardo cutting into that channel. It'll be sort of like that as we attack, won't it? It'll be sort of like that as we attack, I reckon. Which is aggressive and bold. Look, to be honest, I think tomorrow, if City turn up tomorrow, we could absolutely batter them. It might not be. It might just be a tough game. The Bramwell Lane crowd might be behind us. But I don't see any reason why, with a little bit of luck and so on, that we can't turn up tomorrow and be really, really impressive, because we are a very impressive side, We are. Like, I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's look at the Premier League table. Currently, I like this. West Ham are currently beating Brighton. That's impressive, isn't it? Look at that. West Ham beating Brighton away from home. James Ward-Prowse, he's a cheat code for them. Let me guess. Was it a free kick? Let me find out. No, it wasn't actually a free kick. Fair play. Oh, fair play. That's interesting, isn't it? A little bit of a turn up for the Bucks there. If you look at the table today and the results from today, let's have a look. United beat Forest 3-2. Did they deserve it? I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. I just sort of saw the score in the end. They were 2-1 back, 2-0 down at one point. They came back, got all the extra time, got a red card, got a penalty. Your classic. Arsenal got a red card as well and got a penalty, but they still couldn't beat them. What you doing, you fools, man? 2-2, of course, as well. Fulham, go on, Calvin. Go on, Joao Palhinha. Lovely, lovely stuff for them. They were probably a bit underwhelming as well, Arsenal, which is very fun for me to say out loud. But this is the reality, man. What else was there today? There was Brentford Palace 1-1. Chelsea beat obviously Luton 3-0 yesterday. Tottenham beat Bournemouth today 2-0. They're a serious team, man. The series under Big Ange. Maddison, what a bargain Maddison is, by the way. Absolutely wonderful player. Genuinely. A Big Ange, a wonderful coach. Like, really is. I love him. Wolves beating Everton. Everton are so down, man. I bet they wish they'd just gone down anyway. If you look at that, if you actually look at the table there, Everton are already bottom. Have you scored a goal yet, Everton? Don't think they've scored a goal, have they? They haven't scored a goal yet, and they've conceded 6 goals. Everton are so down, man. Absolutely done. We will see. And Spurs currently top. We should be top tomorrow, I reckon. Brighton, look, if we win tomorrow and Brighton drop points today, we're the only team with 100% record still. Look, fingers crossed it ends up that way. At the same time, I reckon this tomorrow could be... I'm going to say City win comfortably tomorrow. I'm going for 4-0 Man City. There's no guarantee it'll be that easy. But I trust this side. They are flying right now. They're confident. They're strong. I see this being a big Phil Foden performance tomorrow. I go back to that lineup, but I feel like Phil Foden is going to be absolutely huge for us. When we're attacking like that, it's going to be a fascinating lineup. I feel Foden's going to absolutely step up from the other day. He'll get his goal himself. Haaland will make up for his missed chances. He'll grab a couple. Then there'll be a late goal. Why not a late debut goal for Jeremy Doku as he comes on as a substitute? Maybe he will do. Maybe it'll be Phil Foden to an assist for Jeremy Doku or something like that. Bernardo, because he's been out a little bit, will come off a little bit earlier, I reckon. I think Cole Palmer gets on tomorrow as well because João Marlita likes him. Maybe Doku comes on the left for Jack Grealish or something like that. Or Cole Palmer comes on at some point. And we see those two terrorise people. And it's harsh. I'm not ignoring Alvarez, Amir, but it's just... Bernardo Silva is higher up in the ranks. Like, people always get this, like, only 11 players can be chosen. Bernardo Silva is going to start away at Sheffield United. Like, there's no way João Marlita doesn't play him if he's fit. We know that. Bernardo Silva is a world-class player. I love Alvarez, and I even said at the top of the video, I think he should play. But he isn't going to. I'm almost certain. I could be wrong. I do think he deserves to, but... I think it's going to be Bernardo Silva. Anyway, I'm going to go for 4-0 tomorrow. That is my prediction. Don't forget, of course, as well, to check out Circle. If you want a little bit of fun tomorrow during the game, of course, you can enter the 5-match millions, where you can see you can see yourself win £1 million. Pick 5 numbers across 5 games. Click the link in the description below. Enter the classic shifter if you want to, where you can win £300 for a little bit of fun during the game. UK-based and 18+ to enter. Don't forget. Guys, let me know your predictions down in the chat. Thank you for watching yet another video. There's loads of content on the channel right now. You can go and check out after this video is done. Check out the opposition preview, of course. And don't forget as well, this is Jeremy DOKU analysis, which should be fascinating for some of you guys to watch. For now, though, I'll catch you tomorrow for the watch along. If there's any news later on, I'll do another video. But for now, in a bit, love you all loads. Up the Blues. Come on, City.